Hi, my name is Nicole. We're gonna move into the inner hips in this video. So let's hop on our mats and get started. And we begin in an extended child's pose. So bringing the knees as wide as the mat, big toes to touch, hips onto the heels, and extending the arms long in front, melting the forehead down into the mat. And then getting really heavy in the whole upper body, bringing the chest a bit closer down and starting to feel into the inner hips. Finding a bit more openness there. Taking a full breath in and a full breath out. And then start to lift back up, pressing into your palms, lift the hips up. And we set up for a toe stretch, so curling all 10 toes under and sitting the hips onto the heels. This is quite an intense stretch for the toes, so stay with me here. Bring the hands onto your shoulder blades and start to find some rotations out of the shoulders, drawing the elbows together in front of the chest and then rotating up and back, maybe feeling some cracks in the shoulders, and then rotating the other way. So changing direction, drawing the arms up and forward, and then gently release the hands, untuck the toes. You can tap the backs of the feet into the mat, hips onto the heels, and then start to send the weight back, lifting the knees off the mat and stretching into the backs of the feet, into the ankles. For most of us, this also feels like a very, very intense stretch. And lower the knees back down. Come onto all fours, so hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Extending the right leg long behind and then bending into the right knee so that the sole of the foot faces towards the ceiling. Open the hip to the right and draw some circles with the right knee. So bringing the knee outwards and down to the left knee and then lifting it all the way back up. And imagine as if we're moving through really thick air here. Finding a full range of motion of the right hip socket, staying fully stable through the rest of the body. And then reversing the direction, so rotating the opposite way, drawing the knee outwards and up, and keeping the right foot flexed. Moving nice and slow here. And then coming back to center and extending the right leg long to the side. Tap the toe onto the floor. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale to tap. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap. Last one, lifting up and placing the foot down and start to lift up onto the left shin here, reaching the arms up high. The right leg is extended long. And then start to slide the right hand down the right shin, finding your side bend over to the right. Stay there. I'm just moving so that you can see a bit better. From here, planting now the left palm down and reaching the right arm up along the ear. You can even lift the right leg up, maybe reaching for the right ankle and kicking the foot into the right hand, opening the shoulder. And slowly letting go of the foot and bringing it back down. Reaching one more time over to the right, left arm is long. And then bringing the palms down, lifting the right leg up and bring it back to center, to tabletop. So we'll do one round of cat-cow. Inhale, drop your belly, lift the gaze. Exhale, round your spine, chin to the chest. Come back to your neutral spine, and now we extend the left leg long, bending into the left knee, flex the left foot and start to open the hip out, drawing some circles with the left knee and moving slow here, so not going too fast, and try to stay strong and stable through the rest of the body. So it's only the left hip that is moving. And then switching the direction, so rotating the knee the opposite way, drawing it up and in, still keeping that left foot flexed, staying strong through the left glutes. come back to center, and then start to extend the left leg long to the side, tapping the foot down and lifting it up. Tap and lift, maybe in a straighter line than me. And then last one, bringing the foot flat down into the mat, reaching up with the inhale. And exhale, leaning over to the left, finding your side stretch into the right side body. And lifting up through center, bringing the right palm down and reaching the left arm along the left ear. Maybe you can lift the left foot off the mat and grabbing the foot with the left hand, kicking into the hand with the foot, finding some opening of the hip and the shoulder. And then bringing the foot back down, one more time, leaning over to the left. And then bring the hands back down, bring the knee back down. And from here we move into our frog pose, bringing the knees wide apart. You can come to the long side of the mat so that the knees have some padding. Bending the knees in a 90-degree angle and bringing the inner sole of the foot into the mat. And if you want to go deeper here, you can lower onto the forearms and start to shift the hips a little bit forwards and backwards. The stretch most likely gets more intense when you shift the hips towards the heels. Just feel where you can feel the stretch the most, staying there. And this is a very intense pose, so try to keep a deep and steady breath. And I'm pressing into the palms, lifting back up and slowly bringing the knees closer together. And then bring the right foot in front. Start to heel toe the right foot to the right side of the mat, bringing both hands underneath the shoulders, lifting the left knee off the mat, and start to rock forwards and backwards on the left toes, feeling into the left thigh, the left hip flexor, finding a long extension here. And then lowering the left knee down. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And then back towards the left foot. Bend into the left knee. And maybe you can get hold of the left foot. If not, still keep drawing that left heel in towards the butt cheek to strengthen the hamstring. If you got hold of the foot, start to draw it in towards you. Feeling the stretch in the left thigh. And then slowly lowering the foot back down. Tuck the left toes and move through center all the way over to the left. So now we switched sides and the left foot is in front. And we heel toe the foot to the left side, hands underneath the shoulders. Tuck the right toes, lifting the knee off the mat, and start to shift forwards and backwards on the right toes. And lowering the knee back down. Inhale, reach the left arm up and back. Bending into the right knee and reaching for the foot. Again, if you cannot get hold of the foot, still keep drawing the heel in to strengthen the hamstring so that eventually you'll be able to reach the foot. And if you've got it, then draw it in towards the right butt cheek, feeling the stretch in the right quad. And gently releasing it back down. And then walking the hands back through center, bringing both knees down and extending them wide. Hands underneath the shoulders. And we stay lifted on the palms, but we start to find a cow tilt action in the spine. So tilting the sit bones up as if we're in a cow pose, and that increases the stretch even more. Staying for one more full breath here, feeling into the inner hips. And then slowly bringing the knees back together and come onto the sit bones. Extending the left leg long in front and bringing the right shin over the left thigh. Flexing into the right foot and then bending into the left knee, bringing the foot down into the mat, the hands behind the spine, not leaning too much into the hands here, but staying lifted with the chest. And you can bring the hips a bit closer to the left foot to increase the stretch in the outer right hip. Keep drawing the right knee away from you. And now you can either stay here Or you can straighten through the left leg and bring the right foot to the inner crease of the left elbow and wrapping the right elbow around the right knee, interlacing the fingers and starting to gently rock the leg from side to side, finding that movement in the outer right hip, the hip socket. This feels so much like rocking a baby. And then gently release your baby back down, bringing the left ankle over the right thigh now, extending the right leg long, flexing into the left foot, bending into the right knee, hands behind the spine. You can move the hips a little bit closer to the right foot to find a deeper stretch in the left outer hip, keeping the chest lifting up. Feel the stretch. And now you can again either stay here or going a little bit further by extending the right leg long and bringing the left foot to the inner crease of the right elbow, wrapping the left arm around the knee and moving the hip from side to side. And then releasing the left shin back down and setting up for a Baddha Konasana, seated bound angle, by bringing the soles of the feet to touch. And here we want to bring the heels in one line with the knees. So drawing that line, that's the distance from the heels to the pubic bone. And then start to wrap the hands around the feet, opening the soles of the feet like a book. And then inhale, find length in your spine, and exhale, start to hinge forward. Inhale, lifting back up, find length, and exhale, lean forward. One more, inhale, lifting up, and exhale, folding forward. And you can now bring the palms down into the mat if that feels good for you. If you feel a lot of rounding in the spine, then just stay lifted up. So that doesn't matter, we just want to breathe fully into the inner hips here. And then start to walk the hands back. Bend the knees, bring the soles of the feet down. Point the fingertips to the side of the mat. Inhale, lift the hips off the mat, find your reverse table. You can even drop the head back, but only if that feels good in your neck. And exhale, lowering the hips back down. Again, inhale, lift the hips up, maybe even dropping the head back. Exhale, lowering back down. Last one, inhale, lift your hips, and now stay lifted, finding a long line from the knees to the shoulders, hips up high. One last inhale in, and with the next exhale, lowering the hips back down into the mat, cross your ankles. And we're done with stretching into the hips. Thank you so much for practicing with me. I hope I'll see you in the next one. And don't forget, if you haven't already, to subscribe to my channel. And if you liked the video, give it a like. And you can also always leave me a comment if you have any video requests or any feedback. I would really love that. And I wish you a beautiful rest of your day or your evening. Bye bye.